Let's talk about something every single writer hates, the blank page. That blinking cursor, it's just the worst. Well, today, we're going to explore how you can finally beat it using a tool you've had your whole life, your voice. And then we'll see how you can use AI to shape your ideas without, losing what makes them yours. So let's dive in.
We have all been there. I mean, come on. You've got the assignment, you've done the reading, you sit down to write, and nothing. Your brain just hits a wall, and that little cursor just blinks and blinks, almost like it's mocking you. It's so frustrating. But what if the problem isn't your ideas? What if the problem is the keyboard itself? We always think writing means typing, but typing can feel slow, it can feel intimidating, and it's so easy to get sidetracked and lose your train of thought. But think about it. What about just talking? Most of us speak 3, even 4 times faster than we can type. It's just natural, it's how ideas actually come out, and honestly, it's the secret to getting past that first big hurdle. Okay, so let's break down what this really looks like. The whole goal here is to use your voice to get your authentic, messy, first draft ideas down on paper. This is not about trying to speak a perfect essay out loud. Nope. It's about creating the raw material, the clay, that you're going to shape later. And the perks here? They're huge. First off, it is so fast, you can get a ton of your thoughts onto the page in just a few minutes. Plus, it's totally authentic. These are your words, your way of putting things together. It feels way less formal and scary than writing a big paper. And maybe most importantly, the text you create is the perfect jumping-off point for using AI as a smart assistant, not a ghostwriter. So how does this actually work? What are the steps? Well, I'm going to walk you through a really clear, simple process you can literally start using today. We'll go all the way from getting your thoughts together to putting on that final polish. All right, here's the roadmap. It's just 5 simple steps. Prepare, dictate, review, organize, and revise. We're going to go through each one, and I'll show you exactly what to do and where some of these new tools can lend a hand. First up, prepare. And don't worry, I don't mean you need some super detailed, formal outline. Not at all. All you need is a starting point. Just ask yourself, what's my main topic? Or, hey, what's the one big thing I really want my reader to get? Just jotting down a few bullet points or even just deciding on one question to answer is totally enough to get the ball rolling. Now for the tech part, which is ridiculously easy. If you're using Google Docs, just go up to the Tools menu and click on Voice Typing. A little microphone pops up, you click it to start talking, it'll turn red, and then you just talk. Click it again when you're done, that's it. Seriously. Okay, a few pro tips to make this work even better. The biggest one is you have to actually say your punctuation. I mean, literally say the words period, comma, new paragraph. It feels weird at first, but you'll get used to it. Also, try to find a quiet place, and, this is crucial, do not stop to edit yourself. The whole point is to just let it all flow out. You can clean it all up later, I promise. And this is what it sounds like. It's not perfect, right? It's a little messy, it's conversational, you can kind of hear the person thinking as they go. This is exactly what your raw dictation should look and sound like. It's basically a brain dump, and that is a very, very good thing. And boom, look at that. After the software does its thing, that messy, rambling thought becomes a solid chunk of text. Does it need work? Of course. But you've gone from a totally blank page to a real paragraph with a clear argument in your own words. Now you have something to actually work with. All right, so you've got your raw text. Now it's time to bring in your copilot. This is where AI can be so helpful, not to write for you, but to help you organize and sharpen the ideas that you already created. That's the whole game right there. Think of it like a spectrum of help you can get. You can use it just for feedback, to get a fresh pair of eyes on what might be confusing, or you could ask it to help you organize your thoughts into a better structure. You can even use it for some light editing. But notice what's common in all of these? The core ideas, they always start with you. And just to be super crystal clear, let's talk about the big no-nos. What's not okay is asking an AI to come up with your ideas or to write entire paragraphs from scratch. Here's a good rule of thumb. If you couldn't explain your own essay without notes, you've probably crossed the line from using a tool to just plain cheating. The ideas have to come from you. So how do you use it the right way? With smart prompts. Here's a great one for getting organized. You paste in your text and ask it to suggest a structure. But look at that magic phrase. Keep my own words and ideas. You're just asking for help with the arrangement, not the actual content. Or here's another awesome prompt, this time for getting feedback. Instead of just saying, fix this, you ask the AI to act like a helpful tutor. What's confusing here? What questions do you have? That way, it gives you awesome advice, but you are still the one in the driver's seat making the changes. You're still the author. Honestly, If you only remember one thing about using AI for your writing, make it this. This phrase is everything. Adding "keep my own voice, language, and ideas" to your prompts is like a command that tells the AI to be a helpful assistant that respects your work, not a generic robot that just takes over.
So with all these amazing tools, you might be thinking, well, why should I bother with the hard work at all? That's a fair question. So let's zoom out a little and talk about why your voice, your actual human thinking, is still the most important thing in all of this. For starters, let's be real. AI writing is kind of bland and generic. Your own weird, specific ideas are always going to be more interesting. But more importantly, you're in school to learn how to think and how to communicate, skills an AI can't learn for you. And that struggle to find just the right words, that's not a bug, it's a feature. That struggle is where the real learning happens.
100%. That's the number. That's the bottom line. Every single core idea, every argument, every bit of insight in your paper has to start inside your head. These tools are amazing for helping you express those ideas, but they can't have the ideas for you. So I'll just leave you with this. Don't run from that struggle. Lean into it. Use your voice to get your raw ideas out, and then use these incredible new tools to help you shape them. Because those moments when you're wrestling with an idea, trying to get it just right, that's not just how you write a better paper. That's how you become a better thinker.